I went through dozens of side hustle ideas so you don't have to. And I cut out the survey apps, the dropshipping hype, and the make $500 a day from your phone nonsense. These are 5 business models that can actually make money in 2026, and I'm going to show you what you need to start, what the realistic money looks like, and the biggest catch with each one. And number 3 sounds boring, but it might be the most reliable one on this list. Number 1, AI assisted freelancing. And I don't mean asking ChatGPT to write something and hoping a client pays you for it. I mean taking a skill you already have: writing, graphic design, video editing, marketing, research, coding, or consulting, and using AI to make your workflow faster and more productive. And there's some real evidence behind this. Upwork's 2026 research found that demand for AI related skills on its marketplace more than doubled year over year. Another 2026 report found that freelancers doing AI related work earned 34% more per hour than freelancers who weren't incorporating AI. But here's the important part: AI isn't the skill. Your ability to use AI to produce a better result is the skill. To start, you need one marketable skill, 2 or 3 strong portfolio examples, and somewhere to find clients. You can start on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr, but don't depend on them forever. Direct outreach, referrals, and repeat clients are what can eventually turn freelancing into a real business. And the money? It's extremely variable. A beginner might make a few $100s a month while building a portfolio. An experienced freelancer with valuable skills and repeat clients can turn it into a full-time income. The downside is competition. AI lowered the barrier to entry, but that means more people are entering the market too. So don't sell yourself as someone who uses AI. Sell yourself as someone who can solve a specific problem: faster, better, or cheaper. Number 2, digital products. This is where you stop selling your time and start selling something you've already created. Think templates, spreadsheets, Notion systems, resume packs, design assets, prompt packs, calculators, guides, or mini courses. The basic idea is simple. You create the product once, then you can potentially sell it again and again. For example, imagine you create a $20 budgeting template. Sell it to 10 people, and that's $200 in gross sales. Sell it to 100 people, and that's $2,000. But here's where the internet usually leaves out the important part: a product doesn't automatically sell just because it's good. Distribution is the business. You need an audience, search traffic, social media, partnerships, or some other way to put the product in front of people. You can sell through platforms like Gumroad or other creator storefronts, but remember that platforms take fees from your sales. So don't confuse revenue with profit. The biggest advantage of digital products is leverage. A freelancer might get paid once for 5 hours of work. A digital product can potentially keep generating sales after those 5 hours are over. The downside? Creating the product is usually the easy part. Getting people to care about it is the hard part. And if you're already building a YouTube channel, that's actually a huge advantage because your content can become the distribution engine for your products. Before you click away because you hate math, hear me out on why this one prints steady cash. Number 3, and this is the one most people skip because it sounds boring: virtual bookkeeping. But boring can be good. Every business has money coming in and going out. Someone has to organize the transactions, reconcile accounts, track expenses, manage invoices, and keep the financial records organized. And a lot of small business owners don't want to do that themselves. That's the opportunity. You don't need to become an accountant overnight, but you do need to learn the fundamentals and become comfortable with bookkeeping software such as QuickBooks or Xero. You can learn through courses and certifications, then start looking for small business clients through your network, local businesses, freelancer platforms, or direct outreach. And unlike many freelance gigs, bookkeeping can be recurring. Instead of finding a new customer every week for a one-time project, you might have a client who needs their books handled every single month. That's what makes this interesting. Don't think of the income number as, I start tomorrow and make $60 an hour. Experienced bookkeepers can charge significantly more than beginners, but your rate depends on your skills, market, clients, and experience. The real attraction here is recurring revenue. The downside? There's no pretending you're good at this. You have to be organized, careful, and comfortable working with numbers. A mistake in someone's financial records can have real consequences. So if you hate details, skip this one. But if you're organized and want something that can potentially produce recurring monthly income, bookkeeping deserves a serious look. Number 4, print on demand. This is one of the easiest ways to test an apparel idea without buying a garage full of inventory. You create the design. Someone places an order. The print-on-demand company produces the product and ships it, so you don't have to buy hundreds of shirts up front and hope they sell. That makes the business relatively low risk to test. You can connect a print-on-demand service to a store such as Shopify or Etsy and sell shirts, hoodies, hats, posters, and other products. But there's a huge catch. Margins. A 2026 guide from Printful gives examples where sellers might keep roughly $3 to $8 in net profit per shirt, depending on the product, pricing, shipping, and fees. So let's say you make $5 profit per shirt. To make $1,000 in profit, you'd need roughly 200 sales. That's why I wouldn't treat print on demand as a magic passive income machine. I'd treat it as a brand building tool. If you have a YouTube channel, community, meme page, sports niche, gaming audience, or another group of people who already care about a theme, POD becomes much more interesting, because you're not trying to convince a random stranger to buy a shirt. You're selling something to people who already understand the brand or community behind it. The downside is simple. Thin margins plus no audience can equal a lot of work for very little money. Number 5, a paid newsletter. Think of it as the modern version of a niche magazine or blog, except instead of relying entirely on advertising, you can charge readers directly. And the key word here is niche. Don't start a newsletter called finance. That's way too broad. Instead, think personal finance for freelancers, AI tools for small businesses, career advice for new graduates, or even something extremely specific to an industry or hobby you understand. You can publish for free, build an audience, and eventually offer a paid tier with deeper analysis, exclusive content, research, tools, or community access. Here's the math. If 500 people eventually pay $8 per month, that's $4,000 in gross monthly subscription revenue, not profit. Gross revenue before platform fees, taxes, and other costs. And here's the catch. This is probably the slowest hustle on the list. You're not going to write 3 newsletters and suddenly have 500 paying subscribers. You need to consistently create something people actually want to keep receiving. That might take months. So who should do this? Someone who enjoys writing, knows a specific subject extremely well, and is willing to play the long game. The upside is that a loyal audience can become much more valuable than a single product, because once people trust your expertise, you can potentially monetize that audience through subscriptions, digital products, sponsorships, consulting, or other services. The downside? Patience. If you need money next week, this probably isn't your best option. So if I had to rank these 5, here's how I'd look at them. Number 1, AI-assisted freelancing. Best if you already have a valuable skill and want the fastest path to your first dollars. Number 2, virtual bookkeeping. Best if you want recurring clients and you're comfortable with detail-oriented work. Number 3, digital products. Best if you're a creator or already have an audience. Number 4, print on demand. Best if you have a community or niche you can sell to. And number 5, paid newsletters. Potentially powerful, but definitely the longest game. But there's no universal winner. The best side hustle is the one that matches something you already know, enjoy, or have access to. None of these are overnight money. And that's actually the point. If someone promises you thousands of dollars with almost no work, be skeptical. The real opportunity in 2026 isn't finding a secret button that prints money. It's finding a skill, audience, or problem you can build around, and then getting better at it consistently. Drop a comment. Are you going the fast route with AI freelancing, type 1, or the long game route with a newsletter, type 2? Let me know below. And if this video helped, subscribe, because next week I'll break down exactly how to choose between these 5 based on your skills, schedule, and how quickly you need to make money.